Hello, I'm Dr. Renetta Tull, and I'm the Associate Vice Provost for Graduate Student Development and Postdoctoral Affairs at UMBC, the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. And this is a new series that we're doing called Moments to Mentor. We had a program at UMBC recently called When Faculty Say X. And the idea is that we're looking for opportunities for faculty to come together to talk about those things which might not necessarily be clear to graduate students. Originally, the session was called When Faculty Say X, They Really Mean Y. But I had several of my faculty colleagues come to me and say, you know what, when I say X, I really mean X. And so we changed it and started to think, well, sometimes faculty are saying certain things, but students are perceiving them in a different way. And so we have questions that have been posted online at our website, promiseagep.wordpress.com, and I'm going to answer some of those questions that were not necessarily answered by the faculty. We had several questions that were posted, and we only had about an hour and a half for the session, and so I want to make sure that we at least try to get to most of the questions. So here's one of the questions that I want to answer today. The question is, when you meet daily with your PI for your project, or in this case your advisor, your graduate advisor for your project, is there a certain expectation that they expect when you walk into their office? At these meetings, do faculty usually guide the student along, or do faculty expect the graduate student to be independent and on their own? And so when you have a meeting with your faculty member, with your PI or your advisor, they are expecting you to have something to show, some kind of update. And even when you see them on an everyday basis, on a daily basis, the expectation is not that you're just going to come and sit in the office and expect them to tell you what to do. They may have some specific things that they want to share with you, or that they want you to do, some analyses that they want you to do, some experiments, some reading, etc. But you should always be prepared when you walk into their office with something that's new or something that's an update, something that you have built upon from whatever they told you previously. Maybe you have a new result from your experiment. Maybe there's something that worked and you were able to save some time. Maybe there were some changes in the observations and you want to talk about that. So something should be a building block from where you left off the last time. And in terms of being independent, being a graduate student is such an interesting position because you're in between being one who's being guided and mentored by your faculty member and being an independent scholar. And so there are times where you are expected to be guided, almost like an apprenticeship kind of relationship. But you should also take the time to be independent. So you're independent, but with guidance. So you are coming up with some of your own ideas, with some of the things that you think are going to push the project forward, but you are going to be guided by your advisor or your PI. So not necessarily branching off on your own to then take action on those ideas, but working through those independent ideas with your advisor or PI. So the answer again is always come prepared with something, never come unprepared, and surely your advisor or PI will be appreciative that you came ready to do work.